everyone, welcome back to Gabby's Nails though, and welcome back to the bed. I'm going to talk to you for a little bit and then we're going to dive into this awesome nail tutorial that I think has changed the nail world. So I'm going to be trying out the 1-2-3-Go full cover soft gel tips. So that means that these are tips that are made of soft gel and hardened, I guess, somehow. The creator, Max, who is the CEO and owner of Enail Couture, thought about this before he created the product and took into consideration the fact that tips are usually really thick near the nail bed and they create a little bump there, so you always have to file them down no matter what. You always have to pay attention to the cuticle area like really intensely, but his nail tips were created to be a little bit thinner near the cuticle area in order to fit seamlessly onto your nail without a bump, without a ridge there. However, you do have to file the inside of the tip before applying it to your nail, before applying anything onto it, because of the slick surface. Nothing will really stick to it if you don't file down the inside of it. So I do that in my tutorial, as you will see. I follow all the steps that Max did in a video of his a few weeks ago. I will link it below, and he describes how to use the system in the easiest way, and that is to apply it with the gummy jelly from his company as well. And I've had the gummy jelly for a while, so I figured, wow, that's awesome. I can just use my gummy jelly that I've had and run with it. And actually, the nail tips themselves are created and made of the gummy jelly, but just in harder form, which I found to be awesome. So that does mean that when you want to do another set, to do it properly and fully without risking any bubbles or openings, and to reduce the risk of it looking bumpy or weird, you do have to soak off the entire set. So it's almost like gel nails in a way, but you get the length very easily with the tip, which I really like. I ended up cutting them down because I have to do a lot of typing, so this is just easier for me. But if you want to go the full length, girl, they're in there for you and you can do that for sure. So I had a lot of fun doing this. You will see the minor hiccup that I had when I was trying to apply them. The gummy jelly didn't end up working. It was very weird. When I cured it under the lamp and I took it out, the gel tip just popped off of my nail, and the gummy jelly was hardened and cured onto my nail, but it wasn't adhering to the gel tips, which is really weird. So I used a different gel adhesive that I've had for a while now, the gem gel adhesive, which I really enjoy. I think it works really well. So I ended up just using that to adhere the full tips to my nail, which I didn't mind doing. But I do wish that my gummy jelly had worked because they're the same company and apparently they're made of the same ingredients. So not sure what that's about. But I really did like the look of this. Even if you are someone who is simple and doesn't want anything crazy on their nails, this is pretty easy to do. However, it is time consuming because you have to apply the gel ever so perfectly so it doesn't squeeze out onto your skin and the cuticle area. And you have to hold it while you put it underneath the LED or UV lamp to cure for at least 10 seconds because it needs to stick in that position, and then you could take your other finger off and let it cure for the full time. There's a process, and you have to do that for all 10 fingers. So yeah, it might have taken me like an hour and a half because the gummy jelly didn't work at first. So it did take me some time to do, which is not ideal, but also not the end of the world. So I had a fun time doing it and trying something new. Another thing I wanted to mention is that this kit, the 1-2-3-Go Full Cover Soft Gel Nails, very long name, is a very affordable alternative to the Apres system. That system is $150, and it consists of the same process and the same tools and tips and gels that I just mentioned, but the Apres brand. So I can link that below as well, and you could try out the higher end version, but I found that this version worked just as well. I'm super happy with how my nails came out, and I can't wait for you guys to see how it worked out. But this is just a how-to tutorial to show you how to use this nail system. So without further ado, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button so that you guys can see my videos whenever I post them. Let's jump into the video. So here I am pushing back my cuticles. This will reduce lifting and maximize adhesion of the nail tips to my natural nail. So here are my nails. Before I do anything to them, I'm just going to rinse them off with some alcohol to remove any oils and dirt from my nails to ensure that the fake nails stick to my natural nails. Here I am using a sanding bit and my e-file to take the shine off of my nails. This will help for adhesion as well. I do this to all of my nails. I'm starting with my thumb. Here you can really see the difference between the nail that has been filed and the nail that's been left alone. At this point I have removed all the shine from my nails. Taking a nail brush to my nails to make sure all the debris and dust is gone. Now it is time to size the fake nails to my real nails. I place them over my nail bed and look from side to side to make sure that they fit evenly across my nail, and if they don't, I just take a file to them and smooth them out, which I will show you later in the video. At this point, I have actually taken two nail tips, placed one on top of the other, and placed them onto my thumb nail. I take my nail clippers and I clip where I want to cut off the length. I'm trying to make my nails shorter because I need to type, as I mentioned in the intro of the video. So I kind of just clip where I want them to be, and I use that as a marking point to then clip the rest of the nail. Doing this saved me a lot of time in the nail prep stage. Here I use my e-file to sand the inside of the nail tip to take away any of the shine and remove any of the smoothness. This will make sure that the nail adheres to my natural nail. I mentioned this process in the beginning of the video, and unfortunately it is a little bit tedious, but it does help the nails stick to my natural nail. I go ahead and do this to all of the nail tips. So this next process is one that I mentioned before in the video. I see that the nail tip is a little bit too wide for my nail, so I measure it, I take notice, and I use my file to take down the sidewalls of the nail tip. So even though Max made these nails to be super thin near the cuticle area, I'm still taking a file to them and making them even thinner. I really just don't want a ridge near my cuticle area or that little bump. It's just super annoying when it grows out. So doing this and making it seamless is the best way to go. I go ahead and do this for every nail tip. I just want to make sure that each nail tip fits my natural nail as best as possible and it is as seamless as possible when I apply it. The next step is to apply the fake nails to my nails, but first I need to apply dehydrator and acid-free primer to ensure maximum adhesion, as I always say. Here I have my nail tips laid out and my gummy jelly ready to use. So I apply some gummy jelly to the inside of the nail tip. I make sure to apply a decent amount of product and spread it out as evenly as possible and as thinly as possible because I don't want too much to leak out of the sides. At this point, I am ready to place the fake tip onto my natural nail. I do so in a very smooth and swift motion, and I press very gently on the nail tip to get all of the gel on my finger, and then I take a little stick and I try to get all of the gel off of my skin. It's kind of difficult to do this on yourself. As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit. This is right after I took my nail out of the UV LED lamp. I am smoothing the gummy jelly onto the rest of the nail tip so that it can all be like one even layer. I saw Max do this in his video, so I decided to do it in mine as well. So I'm trying that out now, and then I put it in the UV LED lamp again to cure. So here's my nail after being cured for a second time. The gummy jelly is still kind of on my skin and I'm trying to get it off. It's a little bit annoying, to be honest. I cleaned it off of camera and here I am back again and I'm cleaning it again. I'm just using alcohol and a cotton ball to do that. It's very sticky and it's getting everywhere, honestly. So that part annoyed me a little bit. The stickiness obviously didn't annoy me that much because I went on to do a second nail. I am applying the gummy jelly to the inside of the pointer finger tip. So I'm speeding this part up for you guys because it took me a while to get it smooth. And now I'm ready to place it onto my nail. I am pressing it very lightly, squeezing the gel, making sure I cover my whole nail tip like my real nail, and I go to put it in the UV LED lamp. Now I'm out of the lamp, I'm fixing the gel, it's kind of stuck on my finger, and I'm trying to just remove it with this little tool, as you can see me doing here. And I'm off camera a little bit because I'm struggling a little bit. And bam! The nail came off. So I'm going to freeze it right here and replay that again. Just watch this. Oh my god. At this point, I'm upset and honestly confused, so I try to touch the stuff that was still on my nail. I peel it off. That is the gummy jelly that was like half cured onto my nail, but didn't even stick onto the tip. So I'm just ripping the rest off of my nail. I'm pretty frustrated. So here I am scraping away at my nail, just trying to take all of the half-cured gummy jelly off of my nails, and it's still very sticky, as you can see on my finger. It is a little bit reflective there. That is the gummy jelly that is sticky and did not cure for some reason. So it's really difficult to actually take this stuff off my nail. This happened off camera and it just popped off just like the pointer finger did. So I'm going to try to do the same, just lift the gummy jelly off. This nail though, because it was cured first by itself and then cured again along with my pointer fingernail, was cured for longer, so it's much harder to get off of my nail. It's coming off in kind of one piece though, so I was happy about that. It's not as sticky as the pointer fingernail was, but it's still pretty rough to get off my nail. I finally got all the gummy jelly off my nail. Yay! Now to start all over again. So I clean off my nails with some alcohol, and then I also clean off the inside of the tips with some alcohol. I really want to reuse these. I don't want to quit, so I'm going to try another option. I'm going to use another adhesive I have from Gem Gel. Here I am taking the lid off of the Gem Gel adhesive. I'm hoping this stuff saves the day, but I realized before I start over again, I need to file my nails again. I'm just buffing off any of the shine, any extra product that was left on my nails. Doing this with my hand file. I'll speed this part up for you guys. Super boring, super tedious, super time consuming. So I went ahead and did my pointer fingernail ahead of time and also my thumb again because I wanted to make sure it worked and I wanted to do the best job I could do on camera for you guys. So the method I figured out was to actually put a decently thin layer of the Gem Gel adhesive onto my actual nail and then to take a little bit more and pile that on top as I'm doing, and then I'm taking a little bit more and I will put that into the tip itself. Here I am pressing the nail down onto my real nail, actually doing it very hardly or as strongly as I can, and I did that because there wasn't as much gel on the nail to leak out. And then I cured it and I put some more gel on the inside of the tip and cured it again. So here are 3 nails fully done. They're very nice and shiny because of the curing into the lamp. I went ahead and did the rest of my nails and they came out very nicely, but they're not all even, so I take the hand file to them and file them all to be the same length. As you can see here. I'm going to speed this up because this part took a very long time. I made sure to check each nail on each hand, so making sure my left hand matched my right hand in length and in shape as well. Just doing some final filing and checking out my beautiful set of nails. I think they look great. I love the way they came out. They're very clear and they're very smooth and I just really like them. You can just put a polish on them, a gel polish. You could leave them clear if you wanted. You can buff them and you could do really whatever you want after this, but I decided to leave them plain for now. In a future video you will see how I decided to make them pretty. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.